the concussion protocol type stuff. So first I'll tell you how I got the concussion, just so we can get a background.
Oh, I could tell that story. You were trying to win the World Series in fall ball.
Anyway, what really happened is I dove for a ball in the outfield and got hit in the back of the head. I dove this way, and then I turned my head.
You went that way.
The ball bounced. Boom.
Jose Canseco, as we call it.
Yeah. Someone will get that reference. But yeah, and then like that, boom, hit me. I had very bad symptoms Friday. Like I was nauseous. Felt drunk.
So on Thursday you did it?
Friday.
You felt drunk.
I literally felt drunk.
You don't drink.
Yeah, well,
not that
actually
day.
Drank Thursday, yeah.
That
Thursday before, the day before. I haven't drank since, yeah. No, the day before I got the concussion.
Okay.
So, yeah, I haven't drank since because I was trying to heal this. But anyway, I did that. Then a few hours later, I did kind of feel crappy at practice.
And you said you almost threw up.
Yeah, I felt nauseous. I went out to dinner with my parents. I was like, oh, my God.
You're probably in a haze the whole time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so it was
bad stuff, folks.
It was tough. So I was really scared. Then the next day, a lot better.
It's a scary feeling,
yeah, better. But for like 2-3 days, I was foggy. I was not myself. I was like, I felt like not out of my body. Like I don't even know what was going on. I felt like I was literally like in some way intoxicated or something. So it was bad for a few days, but then I progressively got a lot better. Monday, Tuesday, and now we're here. Yeah, Tuesday. Now we're here Tuesday, and I feel great. Wait, that was a week.
It's pretty quick. Whatever, we got over pretty quick.
So it'll be 2 weeks on Friday. So that means
from the actual inducement of the concussion.
Yeah, so it has been almost 2 weeks.
So you got hit in a sensitive area, back of the head, where there's not much protection there. So the skull, obviously the top of the skull is the hardest point, I guess, in the human body. That's why people that know how to throw headbutts can knock someone out. As well as like in boxing, they always say keep your chin down. So if you take one there, it doesn't mess with you as much.
I wouldn't. I never knew that.
Yeah, but where you got hit, it was opposite.
Yeah, I literally, because I saw the ball coming, went boom.
Oh, okay. So you turned with it. Dang. So in a way, you were trying to protect your head, and it just didn't work out.
It was just like a reflex that I saw happening. Yeah. But, you know me trying to. I was kind of stupid. I was like trying to be tough, and I was like, I'm good. I finished practice, and I was like, I'm not good.
Well, you're a catcher that tried to play the outfield. That's just stupidity written all over it.
Outfield is not my primary position. Catching is.
We could tell.
Yeah, but I mean, I was actually trying to make fun of my friend. I was like, look, this is how you do it. And then I ended up getting it.
Oh,
so it was karma. But anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so then I saw Pete. What did I see you, son? No, I didn't. I saw you Tuesday.
Well, you had said you got, I'm not sure. You kind of told me about it because you were supposed to come in on Friday. And I was like, all right.
No, I was supposed to come in on Sunday. We were going to do like an extra day.
Okay. And then I was just like, take it
off.
Take the time you need and come back Monday.
And tell me what you were telling me to do and stuff, because I asked you.
What was I telling you to do?
So you were telling me like
look back on the text.
You sent me a bunch of supplements to do.
Okay. Yeah, I forget a lot of the stuff that if stuff happens immediately, I don't fucking remember. But anyways, so she asked me like, what would you do? And I've had this stuff come up with concussions and just from a general standpoint. So actually, if you still got the picture of it, you can. She's gonna post a picture of what I sent her, but it's
the RX. Yeah. I wrote it exactly down.
So that's a page out of a book, and I always give credit where credit's due.
That is true.
Out of Rick Brunel's Ergogenic Aids for Athletes, published by none other than Ultimate Athlete Concepts. But he's actually got a nutritional protocol in there for concussion prevention. But if someone has suffered one, those nutrients can help too. So I just, took a snapshot of it, sent it to her, said, get these ingredients. Because, at least in my thought process, when you suffer a brain injury of some sort, there's going to be some sort of toxin release. It's like anything else, any other trauma to the body. Like you get a bruise, you jam a joint, you turn an ankle, whatever. Stuff gets released in there, you get congestion, inflammation, it's going to accumulate, right? So what happens with that whole process is, that's a bit of a part of the process, but also you get a bunch of junk that gathers in there.
You're trying to
so at least nutritionally, you can keep some non-toxic nutritional elements in there.
Yeah,
so,
and this is what I've been doing since he texted me. I think I got them all Saturday Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, Amazon's amazing, right?
Yeah,
I got order from Amazon.
Yeah, I got them all on Saturday. So first one was omega-3 fish oil, about 2,000 milligrams, EPA, DHA. Yeah, so just fat. Brain is made 70% fat.
The myelin, yeah.
Yeah, so
myelin
obviously
sheath.
having some
lipids.
Obviously having some healthy fats is gonna.
So think of that. Think of that. If the structures are made of lipids structurally, you're going to benefit from having quote unquote healthy fats. Right?
Yes. So I even looked up I looked up all of them just so I can get some background information. So it said omega-3 fish oil increases
ALA, alpha lipoic acid.
Yeah, it increases communication
Yep.
between all the brain cells. Oh yeah, and then so that's why we got that one. But then we got creatine monohydrate.
Creatine's
creatine, yeah.
If it were a drug, they call it a wonder drug, but it's just a wonder amino acid is all it is.
Increases brain energy stores. Acetyl L-carnitine. Is that
acetyl L-carnitine? Yes.
Carnitine, yeah.
Another amino acid.
500 milligrams. That one.
It's typically you'll find that in for people to mobilize fatty acids, so for fat burning supplements. But in this case, what did it do?
So this one converts fat to energy, like you said, and then it helps increase the brain functions and muscle contractions.
There you go. So a neural connection. Ultimately, every contraction is controlled by the nervous system in some way, whether it's by a thought process or involuntary.
All right. So then we got alpha lipoic.
ALA, alpha lipoic acid.
Yeah, and that's an antioxidant, decreases oxidative stress. Simple. That one was about 100 to 200 milligrams 2 times per day. And the last one was green tea. So green tea has a little bit of caffeine, a little bit of L-theanine, which is good for decreasing stress and increasing mood, strengthens all these pathways in the brain, and it also stimulates all the neurotransmitters as well. So yeah, and then I also took magnesium, but I always take magnesium. Magnesium decreases inflammation and helps repair neurons. So yeah, that's the supplement list. And then you also told me some RPR reset spots, isometrics.
So this is we're gonna I gotta put these glasses on because this is a good little segue. So yeah, RPR from its basic sense covers one of 3 inputs of the body. RPR being from the tactile component, which is it's a portion, it's a small percentage of the input, but nonetheless input. Whereas you're going to gather a lot more, you're a little bit more vestibularly, and a whole lot more, up to 70% of your inputs via the eyes. So using that kind of thought process and some of the stuff I've learned, in this case, what I call the Renegade, what do we call it?
Renegade.
Concussion protocol.
Yeah, Renegade concussion protocol.
So this is probably gonna. I don't know if what we're. So I'll put a disclaimer. Not a doctor. I'm not a PT. Not any of that. I'm just strength coach. A guy who's been around, exposed to a lot of different training mediums, competitive mediums.
He's not an AT, PT, whatever. But if I ever got injured, though, I would go straight to Pete. In any way.
There's been other injuries, too.
There have been other injuries, and it's like this.
The stupid ankle sprain.
The stupid ankle. That was
when you were out with your drunken friends.
Yeah.
And you were the sober one and still turned your ankle.
Correct. That did happen.
Yeah. Well, we can explain that later. But
that's a whole different thing. Oh, yeah, we could do an ankle one, too. Okay, but yeah, I'd go to Pete first because the way, he just knows all these different ways, and you're a book nerd, you like to read as well, and also, like you said, you have that practical experience.
But just talking with others too, and using some of the stuff, the hands-on stuff I've learned. I really book stuff is great. Don't get me wrong. Scientific studies are great, but if there's no practical way to apply them, or they're useless, right? So it's a lot of book stuff integrated with hands-on stuff, and then just stuff I've kind of thought about. And really, this was one of those ones where I can apply a lot of these things that were just kind of going through my head, and kind of not making it up on the fly, but taking some guesses, trying some stuff out. So what we did was we did a lot of, we did an initial test in which I was using the visual fields as a constraint to see where the heck we could basically clear out the trauma. What we found, kind of somewhat knowing where the injury occurred, on her left side to the rear, we initially checked her convergence with her eyes. And when we did that, we just did a real basic convergence test. This is something most, what do you call visual doctors?
Oh, don't ask me. Eye doctors.
Eye doctors.
I'll call them eye doctors.
So visual, I don't know, therapy. I don't know what the fuck to call them. Anyways, they check your eyes. But anyways, sometimes they do like stuff like convergence where you actually find functionality of the muscles involved, because there's something like tons of muscles in your eyes.
Yeah.
No one, everybody kind of neglects. So what I noticed, she had like not a lazy eye, but her left eye didn't converge as good, and it would kind of, I'd go like this, and the left eye would kind of float out a little bit. So we basically did convergence isometrics, where she's basically bringing her finger to her nose and she's trying to make it look like one finger. Like normally you can do that, and let's say if you just looked off in the distance, I would probably see two fingers. And then if I look straight at the finger, I might still see two fingers, but I'm trying to make it one. That's when I know my convergence is pretty. And
even. Where did you get this, like these ideas, these eye stuff from? Is there anywhere?
Somewhat heard about it through Dan Fichter. And then when I remember in a couple of RPR courses with the early ones with Fist, and then number 2 or level 2 that we were out there in Burr Ridge, and Cal Dietz and Fichter were there, which was super cool. And then Dr. Heikenbottom, I forget, Heikenrichter, I don't know, but she was really good too, because she was like, she's actually in the neural stuff, like, right. So trying to put everything they threw at you together, it's like, holy cow. But then the guy who really has a lot of great information on it was Jeff Moyer from DC Sports Training in, where the heck is he? Pittsburgh area. And he talked a lot about eye stuff, convergence and reflexes and on all that. So a lot more practical stuff too, where you can actually use it. It's like, oh, this makes sense. So kind of got her convergence to get a little bit better. But then from there, what I did was kind of like a real basic strength test, where I'd have her look straight ahead, off to the right, up, down, and then to the left. And pretty much all zones were good, except anytime she looked to the left, boom, she'd go completely shut off.
Yeah.
So what that is essentially we're looking at that as some sort of threat, right? Anytime you look to the left, your body's reading threat, so it's shutting down. So there's a couple ways we cleared it. One, we used the power spins, which I don't know if I got that from, I think that's from Fichter. But he talked about, everybody's got a side that they essentially is a potentiation side, and then one that basically shuts you down. So I just had her spin around to in this case, her right was her stronger side. Boom. She spun around like a little kid trying to make yourself dizzy, like that. Boom. So it's affecting things, even though it's a visual field, the vestibular system in that way, trying to just get things revved up. And all of a sudden, she was stronger when she looked to the left. Wasn't quite 100%, but she was way stronger. Then we looked more into the eye saccades, where you're essentially, I'll take the glasses off for this. You can go horizontal or lateral saccade, where you're flicking your eyes between targets laterally. You can go vertical, and then we also did stuff with like depth. Okay, so where it's like one thumb's further away than the other.
Mm-hmm.
What we were able to find there was, I think you were a horizontal saccade, and again we potentiated where she would focus on the strong side, boom, and then flick to the left, and then go back to strong, go back to strong, go back to strong, and gradually go to the point where, like, again, she can expand that periphery where she can see one thumb. We just kept working that until she could see one thumb, and then she started to get stronger and stronger and stronger. So we were clearing out, getting this initially here was good, and then here was good, and then gradually that periphery, we cleared out that periphery. Because this kind of happened when she turned her head, right, ball's coming this way, smack. Technically, she couldn't see the trauma happen. It's coming from that area. So if we think about just functionally what happened, is she turned and she changed her periphery, and then to the ultimate where it was out of her complete visual sight. But you can still read it there.
Feel it and stuff, obviously.
Yeah. So visually, we were able to get visual field, and then we took these. This is what is this?
Color therapy.
Color therapy indigo. You can get these off of Amazon. But I had seen Carrie Highcotter was her name. That's what it just came to me.
Carrie Highcotter.
The glasses where I think Corfist had them one time at one of his presentations, and he was just talking about. He briefly touched upon it, but it made sense. So, like, again, there's colors that can potentiate us. Even though these color therapy glasses was a color that can kind of conceivably do whatever, but even individually, everybody's got a different side of the spectrum they're on that can, again, potentiate them or shut them down. So sometimes, too, what happens is if you're wearing, I think Corfus said if you're wearing like a certain jersey color and you don't jive with it, essentially, it could actually shut you down.
Really?
So he would tell some of his guys, like let's say they didn't like red, he would or they remember their jersey was red, right? But he would say for these guys, okay, maybe blue's their color. They would wear a blue undershirt.
Oh.
And it would kind of help them out.
I feel like I've heard that somewhere. I don't know where I've heard it.
I mean, and it could be, again, it's just stuff you're kind of sensing. And if we recognize scientifically that we absorb light or color or whatever, I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? Even though it seems, fantastical and hippie-ish and whatever, well, it seemed to work in our case because we were able to kind of get her in a certain color spectrum. And I think I just said, pick ones that you like, and she liked the green ones.
Yeah, I like the green ones.
And she was pretty strong with it, and I think did we get down to this color?
We did that one too, yeah.
So then we got down to this color, and she was super strong with it. So I'm like, okay, so she's really meshing with this color right now. And I said, put them on, go outside, put your feet on the grass, absorb the sunlight. The cool thing is at this gym, we got like ponds around. So
it's really good.
It was a sunny day out, so she can kind of take
some
reflections and stuff. But you can go outside with the leaves right now in the fall in the Chicagoland area, and every leaf that's brown is now red. It's super cool.
It's cool, yeah.
Looks like this indigo looks like the upside down world of Stranger Things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure.
So if you put them on, it's like, oh, geez, here comes those devil creatures.
Yeah.
But anyways, so we put that on. We did the grounding or whatever the heck you want to call it. It was just trying to get her more in a state where everything's potentiated. There's no threat, and essentially what happened. She had reported up to that point, and again, I'm not trying to embellish what we did, but I like to think it helped because she was having trouble with these cognitive tests that they gave her. And then, like, the next day, you said I passed.
Yeah, the next day. It was the day of.
Because I
came in here in the morning. I think this was, I don't know, my memory.
Yep.
But, I came in, and then I had that cognitive stupid test that I hate.
Now, see, there's a little bit to that, right, too. I hate something, or you get test anxiety or whatever.
No, literally.
When she came into this one, we probably cleared some of that anxiety out.
Yeah, no, definitely. So
because it's how you approach
whether it's freaking placebo,
placebo effect is still in effect.
It's still in effect, yeah. So even if it doesn't help, whatever, it helped. So
but for a moment, but then now it's like you're fully cleared.
No, exactly, yeah. Right? So now I'm fully cleared.
See where that leads to. So, I mean, everybody can make judgments, well, this, that, and the other thing, and this wasn't doctor's protocol, certainly it wasn't. But we did follow the protocols of essentially in high school, there's a process of return to learn, return to play. In this case, it was more of a return to exercise, return to play. I don't necessarily know if return to competition. Return to competition, which is different than just play. We don't play.
We don't fucking play around.
We don't play around, Jack. But anyway, return to exercise. So the return to exercise is always with the concussion. It's something like, light aerobic work, and then moderate to light aerobic work, and then moderate aerobic work, and then you start to go almost normal. So we broke the rules without breaking the rules. And here's what I mean by that is, Eva's a meathead. You take the weight room away from her, and not a good thing. You tell her that she can't do that, I would be in that same line. You tell somebody like us that we can't do that, we're going to find a way to say, fuck you, doc. So we did, but we made everything into an aerobic set. So we used strength aerobic method. The very first one was just, and she'll probably put videos out of the set. It was just what I would call a strength aerobic, long duration isometric. So we did essentially 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest. Next exercise.
Yeah, we did 40-20.
Okay, we did right away?
Right away, yeah.
Okay, so there you go, 40-20. So you can go, so think about that, 30-20, 40-20. Work to rest ratio, 1-to-1 on a 30-30. 2-to-1 on that 40-20. 1-to-1 on the 30-30. 2-to-1 on the 40-20. So it checks off the aerobic box. For her, the light to moderate exercise, classically people are going to go for a walk, ride the bike, whatever the heck.
Well, that's what they had me do, was 20 minutes on the bike.
Which is perfectly okay. That's fine. 20 minutes on the bike. Most people who are already in shape, though, it's going to kind of skew that because they can probably tolerate it, even if they're kind of like a little,
true,
stumbling drunk or whatever, So with this case, we just used extreme isometrics. They're extreme position isometrics. Okay. Just checking the time. I gotta look through the glasses. You can't see it.
Okay.
Take these off real quick. But essentially, basically an isometric hold in the weakest joint range is all that means. And we just cycled that through for, I said the tolerance. Hey, see where you're at after 2 sets. Fine, after 2 sets, go 3 sets. You feel good? Oh, I want to keep working. Okay, went 4 sets. Put a cap of 5. Did you go 5 sets?
I went 5.
So if you're thinking about that, 5 exercises, 40 on, 20 off. It's like, on the minute type thing, 25 minutes. So there you go. That aerobic. Checked off another box as far as duration. Aerobic, it was aerobic. If she was wearing one of those smart watches, whatever, it probably would have had her hit that zone 1, zone 2-ish type things, what the big thing is now. So we did that. We did that, I think, a couple workouts before we tried.
We did 1, and then this was the second one today.
Second one was today, but in between that, we tried an EDT, which was yesterday.
Yeah, we did that yesterday.
So EDT is a method developed by Charles Staley. What we did was follow a protocol version of Calditz, which we picked basically a lower body and upper body exercise, just a real basic weight exercise. I said, pick around whatever you think, we haven't really been maxing out on weight, so we don't know really what she can do. Everything's been explosive speed stuff. Well, we kind of guesstimated about 55% of the max, in which case you did trap bar deadlift, I believe, for
it's like 110 something. Yeah.
Something easy.
Yeah, something easy.
Which is probably half of her best 5.
Yeah.
Then you did push-ups. So a push-up. And you did a set of 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 1 and 1 for a 5-minute period. And you did 23 total sets of that, so 36 reps of each in 5 minutes. If you accumulate that density in 5 minutes, it probably got her heart rate pumping. I know I saw her sweat.
Oh no, it was pretty tough. And then water in the mouth as well.
Whoa, yeah, water in the mouth. So
yes.
we did the nasal breathing with it. So what the nasal breathing does, diaphragmic breathing. So we drove diaphragmic breathing while she's exercising. Semi-hypoxic environment to drive the aerobic system more. So in that 5-minute period, probably felt more like a 15-minute set.
No, yeah, it was
tough. As far
as
how it felt, right? Followed that up with a couple minutes rest, and then she went to a step up in a
row, TRX
row. So where she did 1 step up each leg and then 2 rows.
So essentially a 10-minute workout.
Yep, 10-minute workout, 4 exercises. Very dense. I don't know how many sets you did of that. At that point,
that one I did like
20 something maybe.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, who knows? Either way, it was just to get the aerobic effect. So again, checking off the box, and also we touched into the strength movement area where it wasn't just sitting on a bike or treadmill or whatever the hell else they do. So definitely was one where we walked the line. Like I said, broke the rules without breaking the rules. We walked the line a little bit, kind of stepped on the edges. Or in the extremes, and not too worse for wear. You're all good now. Now you're completely cleared, from what I heard.
Yeah, I'm completely cleared now. Tomorrow, be able to do whatever.
That would be the. Now again, the Renegade concussion, the exact protocol I did with her, may not work for everybody. It's kind of like an individual thing. Yeah. I would have to actually assess it, or somebody who kind of knows how to apply this stuff, knows how to assess it, and really an assessment is throwing something up there, seeing if it sticks, taking a guess, and going, okay, then we can use our best practices and essentially our best guess and try to affect it. So
yeah.
So yeah, that was the Renegade Concussion Protocol.
Yeah, so I'll just do a little quick summary. So again, we started with immediately going into the supplements. I like to think of like when you're sick, people tell you to take vitamin C. When you're in a depleted state, let's get more nutrients. Let's get some help. I don't like to rely on supplements or medicine, but like when you're depleted and you need stuff, do it.
Athletes need to supplement their stuff because it's like even Evan Esch will say the food sources are basically they're not as nutrient dense as they once were.
Definitely.
So you have to supplement. You almost have to do it.
So and then another thing I did on my own was more like nutrition.
Hook up on my Thorn account.
Was nutrition. So I was sticking to healthy fats, a lot of protein because you need to recover, a lot of foods that contain resveratrol.
Resveratrol.
Yeah, you know. It's a neuroprotective type thing. So like it was like grape nuts.
Found in red wine, I believe.
It is. Yes. I should have started.
Go get drunk, people.
Drinking. Blueberries, dark chocolate. So I was having all these little things that could help.
Yeah, any type of dark reddish type thing. So the blueberries, maybe cherries, maybe dark chocolate.
Nuts. It said in grapes. So and then turmeric. I threw that in my green tea.
There you go.
Increases neuro communication, decreases inflammation. So that's some other stuff. We did the RPR.
That tastes like ass. It tastes pretty good.
Yeah, it was fine. I mean, it didn't taste good. It was just like whatever. It didn't taste bad though. So and then the RPR, eye isometrics, a lot of grounding. I already do a lot of grounding and walks still already, but I guess I did more just because of this.
Which was good. It kind of acted like a the loaded word deload.
Yeah,
or the unloaded word because
I guess maybe my body needed a deload, and that's why I got hit in the head.
No, you just you were playing hard. And you got sometimes you jump in a fire and you get burned.
It happens, yeah. Injuries happen. But yeah, that's what we did, and then now we're going return to competition stuff, long-duration ISO circuits, and then the EDT, and then what do we got next? We're
just going to try to go back. At least we'll do the explosive block the same.
Yeah.
We'll see. I can tell because really, when you put the floor and you start sprinting, going high speed, that's going to be where all of that reflexive reactivity. I'm going to see if it bites you or not. And if you can tolerate it, good. We're good to go. If we break a speed PR, cool. If we don't, we get close. I mean, we're within 90%. We didn't lose any ground. So the way I see it. And then the lift, we'll gradually get into explosive stuff, but we'll probably just do more conventional stuff. So
more conventional.
Nothing sexy DB hammer stuff, but we might just use some auto-regulatory measures still because that's just again an overlying concept of not just that system but many others.
Yeah.
So we will try to do that and see what happens, and we'll get back to the DB Hammer project soon.
Soon, yeah. I'm saying like we'll do a week of modified, and I feel like we'll be good.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking a week of the modified stuff, and then we'll be good. But we'll see.
As long as it's all tolerance and performance as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yep. That's
anything
it.
else? No?
Not for me. I mean, that's it for the. If you guys want to get want to maybe learn more about the Renegade Concussion Protocol, let me know, and I'll actually put pen to paper and I'll write it out and sell it to you guys. Or we can maybe get
Q&A or something.
Q&A maybe on the what's that thing I jumped in accidentally with Zach?
Oh, on the live.
Is that called Instagram Live?
Yeah, Instagram Live.
So we'll do like Instagram Live discussion, and we'll have you guys do that. We'll set up like a time and date for it and see what happens.
Yeah.
And so hopefully there's no concussion doctors out there that want to arrest me. But rather than maybe bring me in, I'll help. You can consult with me and see what the heck happened there. And
Pete knows his stuff. Don't sleep on him. All right, work hard always, even if it means recovering hard always. Anything else?